Hey my loves, today I have a slightly more scary video for you. A lot of you enjoy my paranormal storytime videos, and I actually have a few really bizarre, what I would consider to be like paranormal stories from when I was at Disneyland or Disney World and stuff like that. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure to give this video a thumbs up so that I know you guys want more Disney themed videos. My favorite things in the entire world are conspiracy theories. And when you tie that in with another one of my favorite things in the entire world, which is Disney, you just have a match made in heaven. And I'm constantly reading on weird Disney conspiracies, like abandoned Disney projects, all of that kind of stuff. By the way, it is really sunny today, so the sun may come in and out while I'm filming. I'm filming outside because I feel like this is kind of a dark topic. I need a very like cheerful and bright background in order to offset it, you know? I thought I would kind of share with you guys some of my favorite Disney conspiracies and just like weird facts about Disney you may not know. And if you guys like it, then I'll totally do more videos like this. Let me know what you would want to see a conspiracy video on next. So this first one isn't really a conspiracy as much as it is a fact, and it might be a favorite fact of those of you who play things like Nico Atsumi, or you just are in general a cat or an animal lover. Disneyland actually has resident cats that patrol the parks, particularly at night. Now they're always around, but they tend to be a little bit more active at night, as cats typically are. I read somewhere that there are some odd like 200 cats, and they're all fed, taken care of, spayed and neutered, and essentially given a home in the Disneyland parks. The reason for this is to curb Disneyland's rodent control. So I think that that's really an interesting fact I didn't actually know about before. And I just think that's so cool because obviously like stray cats need homes, and the fact that the cats like have not only a place to live, they get food, they get shelter, they're spayed and neutered to kind of help with like the animal population control, but they also get to help out with Disney's rodent control. And this started way back in the day when Walt Disney himself actually found a little group of stray cats that walked into the Sleeping Beauty exhibit while he happened to be there. And he basically decided to let them stay because they weren't hurting anything. They were helping out the like pest control, like I said. So I think that's so interesting. All right, so this is one that I'm most interested in because my friend Hannah Mojo made a video all about like her scary Disneyland experiences. And one of them in particular had me screwed up, like messed up beyond the point of return. And it was about how the ride at A Small World got stuck while she was on it, and it was the creepiest thing ever. Well, apparently the Small World ride at Disneyland is like known for being haunted, supposedly. The ride was created back in 1964, so it's a very, very old ride and one of Disneyland's originals. Several staff members have actually reported the animatronics, the dolls, moving when the ride isn't on and when the animatronics should not be moving. Basically when everything is shut off, like staff, employees of Disneyland have reported this happening, and that's freaking terrifying to me. Animatronics really scare me, especially since the Five Nights at Freddy's series. Like, no, I don't think that I could ever work at Disney World or Disneyland or any theme park because of that. Some people think that maybe the dolls are haunted by the spirits of former employees or something like that, but I just think the entire thing is so weird because the ride constantly stops. The ride like consistently stops working, you know, and gets stuck and stuff like that, as you probably heard if you watched Hannah's video. But I don't know if you guys remember this, but back in like 1999, there was this thing that happened where the ride got stuck. Supposedly this happened on this ride, and this could be an internet hoax, but a woman basically took a bunch of photos of the ceiling because there was flash and they were trying to see what was happening. And when she got the pictures developed, you could see a child's body. Oh, I have chills. A child's body hanging from the ceiling. And I don't want to show the photo because I think it's really disturbing, but nobody knows what it is, you know, like it's never been confirmed by Disney or anything like that, but it is a photo like I've seen before, and I remember seeing it a long time ago. So I think that is really weird. But there was no human body basically recorded dying at Disney that particular year, like as in 1999. So you would think that maybe it's an animatronic or just a trick of the light or something if it is real. Or maybe it's like a ghost or something paranormal. It's really weird. This is not a theory, it is again a fact, but Disneyland actually controls what you're doing with scents, or at least they try to. Very much so a commonly known thing, but Disneyland puts out certain smells through basically like loudspeakers for your nose. I don't really know what they're called. I'm just assuming like giant vents or something like that. And they change it up. Like in the Christmas time, they'll put out like peppermint scents that make you feel like in the Christmas spirit. They put out pumpkin spice during the fall, my fave. Things like vanilla and candy and cookies on Main Street. They even do this at the Haunted Mansion where they like put out a specific smell to make it smell old and musty. The smells are kind of meant to like tie into whatever it is that you're doing. Like I said, on Main Street you may smell something different than you might on a ride or something like that. For example, I didn't necessarily read this, but whenever I go into the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, I always smell like salt water. So some of them might just be meant to like boost your experience, but some also might literally be trying to mind control you into buying product. Is that not like so weird when you really sit there and think about it, that maybe you only bought that brownie or that cookie or whatever because you were being forced to? There is nothing I love more than looking at photos of abandoned Disney parks. They are so freaking creepy, and there are more abandoned parks by Disney than you might think. Disney actually had its own water park called River Country, and it was very popular, and I think that it opened like a long time ago, but it officially shut down after the summer of 2001. Well, it wasn't even an official shutdown, kind of like all water parks do. It closed down after the summer, and everyone just assumed it would reopen again, you know, the following spring. It's very up in the air what actually happened because there was no official statement. There was no like, this is why we're not reopening the park. Nobody knew it was closing, and no one knew the last summer it would be open would be that of 2001. Some people theorize it was because of the 9/11 attacks, because it's a fact that after 9/11, Disney's sales went down, so they decided to close the park because of that. I have also read that because the water was actually stagnant and still in River Country, that they couldn't keep the germs out. And back in 1980, supposedly a boy actually died from a disease he got from the water there. And I don't know if that's true or not. It's something that I read. You know, I haven't looked into official record or anything like that, but that was back in 1980 when that supposedly happened. So yeah, I mean, nobody really knows why it happened, but it was such a sudden way for the park to be shut down. And even if sales were down, I would just think that Disney would never like give up a business venture, you know what I mean? But it is 100% abandoned. In April of 2001, a spokesperson of Disney said that River Country was not going to reopen and it may possibly never reopen. They did make a statement that if enough people wanted it, maybe it would come back. But to this day, it remains untouched. And the pictures of this place are just creepy, just so freaking creepy. And looking at it, it's just like, it looks wrong. Like you see Disney as this very like happy and fun place, and then to see it abandoned and run down and gross, and like it just feels weird. I never personally went to River Country, but I think that's really strange. Let me know if you have any theories about that, because I would be very interested to hear what you have to say. I just think it's so weird that they just completely abandoned a project and have never revisited it. Why is the park still standing after like 15 years of being abandoned? Wouldn't they like do something by now? Even at the next park that I'm about to tell you guys about, which is called Discovery Island, they still have Disney employees patrolling the area to ensure that no one breaks in. This River Country place is 100% abandoned.
Amazingly out here. Still have the music playing. There's no one out here.
Nobody even like talks about it. I don't know. It's very weird. Now, Discovery Island was in Bay Lake, Florida, and this is a very commonly known abandoned park by Disney because an urban explorer, and I think his name was Shane Perez, he basically did an urban exploration of the place and like got some really creepy photos that I'm gonna pop up here and there. They're petrifying. They're so scary. He found the weirdest stuff there, like reptiles in jars. It literally looks like they didn't even pack up this place. Discovery Island opened up in 1974, and it was home to many animals like lemurs and flamingos and all sorts of wildlife. And this was kind of, I think, a kickstart of what Animal Kingdom wound up turning into. The park was closed down in 1999, and there was never a reason given for it. Once again, Disney never said, this is why we're closing the park down, here's when it'll come back, here's what we're gonna do with this land, and they've never touched the land since. Back in 2009, a hoax like floated around the internet that basically said that they were going to turn it into a Lost theme park. Like, I mean, not really Lost because you would have to get the copyright for that, but that sort of thing. How cool would that be? But no, it's still 100% untouched. The urban explorer who took all of the photos said that the lights would still turn on and off when he was there, and there are still Disney employees wandering the premises trying to keep people like this from getting in. So I just have to wonder, like, what are they protecting after this place being closed nearly 20 years? And I actually read another urban explorer's account of their time at Discovery Island, and they claim to have seen alligators in the water and like wildlife just roaming the premises, like snakes and stuff like that. Disney did claim that they were responsible with their animals after the park closed down, and that they either relocated them to Disney parks, they relocated them to non-Disney zoos, that sort of deal. But it really makes you wonder. The place looks like someone was there the day before and then the next day everyone was evacuated, like completely frozen in time, and it just makes you wonder why, like what happened. And also, do you think that they're being honest about what they did with their animals? Because if someone's seeing like alligators in the water and snakes just running free, it doesn't really seem plausible. Who knows, maybe they missed a couple. It's just so weird. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you've not already. If you want to hear my own personal paranormal Disney stories, let me know. The reason I haven't uploaded it yet is I had one very strange Disney story, and it was in Disney World, but I've never read anyone else say anything like it online. And so part of me wonders if like I dreamt it. I don't know. If you guys want to hear it though, just let me know. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel if you've not already. We'll see you so soon in my next video. Please have a great day, and I will catch you next time.